Hello guys and welcome at watching another episode of Gaming Father's video games review series. This time we will focus on arcade racing game called RC Mini Racers. Prepare your driving skills, start your engines and let's get started. This game you find yourself in the typical suburb with a lot of middle class like houses, driveways and backyards. You control a little RC machine standing against 9 other opponents and your goal is simple as in most of the racing games. To win or at least to finish at the best position possible. There is no story at all, so you are just directly thrown to the game. I do not require something like story in the racing game, but there could be at least some career mode that would make sense to your racing. However, there is just a set of tracks that you are unlocking one by one. This is rather disappointment, but let's have a look how it's played. At the start you can select from circuit race, sprint race and coin race. In circuit race you are trying to beat the other opponents in 5 laps race. Sprint race is the same but there is one lap only. And coin race is something like free roam mode where you are trying to find and collect coins that appear on the map. You can buy new cars for them eventually, but let's talk about economic mode a little bit later. I must say that most of the time I was playing the circuit race as I have not found other modes too interesting. So let's focus on it. In each race you start from the last position and you have 5 laps to change it and finish the first. Or not to be worse than third at least to unlock the next track. Besides your driving skills you have also some power-ups that you can use to get there. You start with one rocket and one mine. First can be used to slow down the opponents ahead of you and the second one against the ones behind you. You can find more on the track along with turbo that can temporarily increase your maximum speed. The key to beat your opponents is to drive smoothly, to use the power-ups in the right time. Your competitors are aggressive enough, so you can be sure that they will be using them against you as well. So even if you drive without mistakes on the first place, you can never be sure that one well-aimed rocket will not dramatically change the situation. The AI of your opponents is, I would say, adequate. They do not have the brain of Einstein, but their style of driving and shooting is challenging enough. So you can be sure that there will be a lot of crashing into each other and rocket blasts. Just as you would expect from good arcade racing game. How about the tracks? The track design is not bad. There is a lot of jumping as there are the ramps over the fences or parked cars. There are several checkpoints on each track that you need to drive through, and there are also signboards showing the way, so you will almost never get lost on the track. So far so good. The worst situation is with racing environment. As I said before, you will be driving in typical suburb, which is not a bad choice, but the problem is that there is only one environment in the game and all tracks are situated there, so sooner or later it might become tiresome. There is also no life at all, and the interactivity is limited to possibility to knock down some traffic cones. The developers could do definitely a better job here. The control is rather simple, just the direction keys for power-ups, and reset. The physics of the game is rather good for Minicars arcade racing game, and the control responsiveness is okay even when played on keyboard. The graphics is also not bad, and Minicars are nicely animated. The truth is that surroundings like houses or parked cars have rather low-res textures, but it is fast-paced racing game, so you will not notice this most of the time. Plus, the game can be played even on older machines. Now let's have a look at economic mode layout. In each race you are collecting money. You get them not only for your finished position in the race, the better position the bigger the money prize of course, but also for various acrobatic stunts like time spent in the air, crashing the opponents, or explosions caused by your rockets. The other cars you need to buy for coins that you need your cash convert into. The problem is that you need to win several races to have enough money to convert them into one coin. The cheapest cars cost 15 coins. So the game forces you to either repeat the races or to get to coin race mode. Neither first option nor the second one is too interesting. So you better stick with the basic car that you can tune, not only cosmetically like to change the wheels or antenna style. Along with not very user-friendly user interface of Car Store, the whole economic model is rather disappointing. So what would be the final verdict? The game has many pros like funny gameplay, solid AI of your opponents, responsive control, presence of power-ups, can be played on older PCs and is easy to learn and thus can be played even by preschool kids. However, there are also a lot of cons like absence of career mode, only one racing environment, lack of interactivity, absence of local multiplayer, and unbalanced economic model. RC Mini Racers cost €5 on Steam, which is a reasonable price for what you get. As there are still more things that I like than dislike, I'm giving this game thumbs up with reservations and Gaming Files Index 6 out of 10. Thanks everybody for watching this video review and see you again next time.